Now, as you drift even deeper into relaxation, imagine the air around you becoming still and sacred, filled with the weight of ancient knowledge. You are standing at the heart of Delphi, surrounded by the soft, glowing light of the temple. In the distance, the soft murmurs of those who have come seeking wisdom echo through the air. Their hopes and questions float gently on the wind, for they have come to receive a prophecy, a glimpse of the future, spoken by the gods through Pythia, the oracle. The prophecies of Delphi were not simple answers. They were mysterious, filled with riddles and layers of meaning. Each word spoken by Pythia carried the voice of Apollo himself, and yet these words were often cryptic, leaving the seeker with as many questions as answers. Imagine the quiet tension in the air as you listen to the ancient priestess, her voice steady and calm, her words echoing through the temple. Know thyself, she might say, or perhaps the path is hidden, but the journey is your own. These prophecies held great power, not because they foretold the future with certainty, but because they guided the heart and mind toward understanding. The words of the oracle spoke of destiny and fate, but also of choice and free will. They were riddles meant to challenge the seeker, to make them reflect on their own path, and ultimately, to find the answers within themselves. As you relax and breathe deeply, picture the figures who have come to Delphi, seeking answers. Kings, warriors, philosophers, all drawn to the oracle's words, hoping for a glimpse of the divine. Their faces are filled with anticipation, their hearts heavy with questions. Yet there is a sense of peace that comes from being in the presence of something greater than themselves. The oracle, though mysterious, offers them guidance, a gentle nudge toward their destiny. The mystery of the prophecies lies not in their certainty, but in their ability to awaken the mind and spirit. The gods did not offer answers as we might wish for them, direct, clear, and immediate. Instead, they spoke in symbols and dreams, challenging mortals to look beyond the surface and seek deeper meaning. And though the answers were sometimes veiled, there was always a sense of peace in knowing that the gods were watching, guiding and whispering the mysteries of the universe. As night falls in your mind, feel the warmth of the temple surrounding you. The flickering of candlelight casts long shadows on the stone walls, and the air is cool and soothing. The soft rustling of leaves outside the temple blends with the distant sounds of flowing water as the sacred spring of Castalia continues its quiet flow. In this peaceful space, the mysteries of Delphi unfold before you, not as riddles to solve, but as reflections to contemplate. Tonight, let the mystery of the prophecies fill your dreams. Picture yourself standing in the temple, listening to the oracle's words, feeling the divine presence of Apollo guiding you. Let the soft whispers of the gods carry you gently into a peaceful sleep, where the mysteries of Delphi will unfold in your dreams, soft and serene. Now, as you relax even deeper, imagine yourself walking along the ancient pathways that lead to the sacred temple of Apollo at Delphi. The sun is beginning to set, casting a warm, golden glow over the hills and the valley below. The air is cool and fragrant with the scent of pine trees and blooming flowers. As you walk, the sounds of the world around you fade, and you are left in a peaceful silence filled with anticipation. You have come to Delphi to seek the wisdom of the Oracle. In ancient times, Delphi was the most sacred place in all of Greece, and people traveled from far and wide to stand before Pythia, the priestess of Apollo. Kings, generals, philosophers, and ordinary folk alike made the long journey, hoping for answers to questions that weighed heavily on their hearts. Their feet would carry them through the winding roads, past olive groves and rugged terrain, until they finally arrived at the temple. They came seeking the truth, guidance, and sometimes hope. As you imagine the travelers on their pilgrimage, feel the sense of reverence and awe that must have filled the air. The temple's towering columns rise majestically in the distance, its white stone gleaming in the light of the setting sun. You can almost hear the whispers of those who have come before you, each person silently praying, hoping that the gods would speak through the oracle. Their hearts are full of questions about their future, their fate, their path in life. As you walk closer to the temple, picture the sacred Castalian spring, whose waters were believed to purify those who drank from it, preparing them to receive the wisdom of the gods. Imagine the cool water flowing gently from the spring, the sound of the water soft and soothing, filling you with a sense of peace and clarity. This is a place of calm, a place where the mortal world and the divine world come together, and where every seeker is welcome. Now imagine entering the temple itself. The stone floors are cool beneath your feet, and the air smells faintly of incense. The sacred space is bathed in a soft, ethereal light, and the walls are adorned with carvings and inscriptions, each telling stories of gods, heroes, and prophecies long past. You can feel the energy of the place, as if the very stones hold the whispers of divine knowledge, waiting to be heard. As you step closer to the inner sanctum of the temple, you can sense the quiet reverence of those who are waiting, their hearts filled with hopes and fears. There is no rush here, no urgency. Everyone is here for the same reason: to hear the voice of the gods, to receive guidance for their journey. The anticipation is almost palpable as each person waits for their turn to stand before Pythia. Tonight, let the peaceful atmosphere of Delphi fill your dreams. Picture yourself standing before the oracle, feeling the calm energy of the temple surrounding you, and knowing that you are in the presence of divine wisdom. Let the gentle flow of time and the sacred energy of Delphi guide you into a peaceful sleep, where the answers to your questions may unfold in soft whispers of the gods. Now, as you sink deeper into peaceful rest, imagine yourself standing in the heart of Delphi, where the whispers of the gods filled the air with ancient wisdom. The world around you is calm and still, bathed in the soft glow of the moonlight. As you close your eyes and breathe deeply, the sacred silence of this place wraps around you like a comforting blanket, carrying with it the faint echoes of the gods' voices in ancient Greece. The gods were not distant and unreachable, but ever present, watching over the world and guiding the lives of mortals. The Oracle of Delphi was believed to be the most direct channel to the divine, a place where the gods, particularly Apollo, could communicate their will to those who sought their wisdom. Imagine standing in this sacred space, feeling the quiet hum of divine energy surrounding you, as though the very air is charged with the whispers of the gods. Picture yourself in the inner sanctum of the temple, where the Pythia, the priestess of Apollo, is seated upon her sacred tripod. The air is thick with the scent of incense and the soft flicker of candlelight. As the priestess enters her trance, the energy in the room shifts. It is as though the boundary between the mortal world and the divine has blurred, and you are now in the presence of something far greater than yourself. The gods' whispers are faint but clear, carried to you through the oracle. The voice of Apollo is gentle, his words both soothing and mysterious. He speaks in riddles and metaphors, guiding those who listen to seek wisdom within themselves. The gods speak in this way, not to give simple answers, but to encourage reflection, to push the seeker to look deeper into their own heart and soul. These divine whispers are meant to awaken something within a truth, a realization, or a new understanding. As you sit in the temple, surrounded by the warmth of divine presence, feel the quiet strength of the gods' whispers. The voices are not loud or forceful, but soft and calming, like the gentle breeze that rustles the leaves of the sacred trees surrounding Delphi. These whispers are filled with love, guidance, and a sense of peace, offering reassurance and clarity in moments of uncertainty. Imagine the gods speaking to you now, their voices soft and filled with understanding. The ancient wisdom they share flows through your mind like a river of calm, washing away doubts and bringing peace. You feel safe and secure, knowing that you are connected to something far greater than yourself, a higher power that watches over you, offering guidance and love, gently and quietly. Tonight, let the whispers of the gods fill your dreams. Picture yourself in the temple of Apollo, the sacred energy of Delphi surrounding you, and the divine wisdom flowing through you like a gentle current. Let their whispers carry you into a deep and restful sleep, knowing that the gods are with you, guiding and protecting you always. Now, as you settle into comfort and relax, let your mind drift gently back in time to an ancient land filled with mystery, magic, and the whispers of gods. Imagine a world where mortals and deities lived side by side, where the mountains stood tall and proud, and where an ancient oracle was believed to hold the power to speak the will of the gods. This is the world of Delphi, a sacred place high in the hills of Greece, home to one of the most revered oracles of all time, the Oracle of Delphi. As you breathe deeply, let your imagination carry you on a peaceful journey through the lush landscapes of ancient Greece. Picture yourself traveling along winding roads, surrounded by green hills and olive groves, the scent of pine trees filling the air. In the distance, the sacred temple of Apollo rises before you, nestled among the towering peaks of Mount Parnassus, a place of great power and serenity. The sun is warm on your face, and the sound of soft winds through the trees calms your mind. Delphi was no ordinary place. It was the center of the world, according to the ancient Greeks, a place where heaven and earth met. The journey to Delphi was a pilgrimage for many who sought answers to their most profound questions. And at the heart of this sacred place was the Oracle, the priestess of Apollo, known as Pythia, who was believed to receive divine messages from the gods. These messages, often cryptic and mysterious, guided kings, heroes, and common folk alike, offering wisdom, warnings, and prophecies for the future. As you walk through the gates of Delphi in your mind's eye, you are filled with a sense of awe and wonder. The air feels different here, thick with ancient power and silent knowledge. Picture the great temple of Apollo in front of you, its columns towering above, a place where countless sacrifices were made, and where the veil between the divine and the mortal was thinnest. You feel the weight of history and the whispers of those who came before you, seeking the wisdom of the gods. The Oracle's temple is a place of peace, but also a place of mystery. Pythia, the priestess, would enter the temple and sit upon a sacred tripod, where she would inhale the fumes rising from a chasm deep within the earth. As she inhaled, her mind would become clouded, and she would speak the words of Apollo, often in a trance-like state. These words, though sometimes puzzling, were believed to be the voice of the gods themselves. As you continue your journey in your mind, you feel the peace of this sacred land. The beauty of the mountain views and the soft rustling of leaves around you help you to relax deeper and deeper. You realize that the answers people sought from the Oracle were not just about the future, but about the deeper truths of life, fate, and destiny. The Oracle of Delphi was a bridge between mortals and immortals, a guide to the soul's deepest yearnings. Tonight, let the journey to Delphi carry you into dreams. Feel the peaceful power of the Oracle surround you, and know that the mysteries of Delphi, its gods, and its legends, will carry you gently into a deep, restful sleep. Now, as you drift even deeper into relaxation, imagine yourself standing before the sacred temple of Apollo at Delphi, one of the most sacred places in all of ancient Greece. The air around you is cool and fragrant, filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. You can feel the soft breeze gently brushing against your skin as you gaze up at the towering columns of the temple, their white stone gleaming in the soft light of the setting sun. The temple is calm and majestic, its presence filling you with a peaceful reverence. As you breathe deeply, let the soothing atmosphere of Delphi wash over you. The temple is a place of serenity, yet also of great mystery. It stands at the foot of Mount Parnassus, high above the valley, surrounded by the rolling hills and ancient olive groves that stretch out as far as the eye can see. The landscape is breathtaking, filled with quiet beauty and the sense that this place has been touched by the gods. The Temple of Apollo was more than just a building. It was the heart of Delphi, a place where mortals came to seek guidance from the divine. Pilgrims from all corners of the ancient world would make their way up the mountain to stand before the temple, hoping to receive a prophecy from Pythia, the oracle. The priests and priestesses who served at the temple were keepers of its sacred rites, ensuring that the flow of divine wisdom from Apollo never ceased. As you picture yourself standing at the temple's entrance, the towering columns rise above you, their smooth surfaces carved with intricate reliefs depicting scenes from Greek mythology. You can hear the distant sound of water flowing from the sacred spring of Castalia. Its water is believed to cleanse the soul and prepare it for the divine messages of Apollo. The sound is gentle, like a soft melody, adding to the sense of peace that envelops you. Step inside the temple with me now, where the air is cool and filled with the soft glow of flickering candles. The grand interior is simple, yet uninspiring. In the center of the temple, the statue of Apollo stands tall, its face serene and wise. His eyes seem to look beyond the world, into the heavens, as if he is the very embodiment of divine knowledge. As you walk closer to the altar, the air feels charged with a quiet energy, as if you are in the presence of something ancient and powerful. In the deepest part of the temple, where the oracle once sat, a small, sacred tripod rests. This is where Pythia would sit, inhaling the vapors that rose from the chasm beneath the earth. As she entered a trance, Apollo would speak through her, offering prophecies that would shape the future of kings, warriors, and common folk alike. The whispers of those ancient prophecies still seem to linger in the air, carrying with them the wisdom and mystery of the gods. Tonight, let the peaceful atmosphere of the Temple of Apollo fill your dreams. Picture yourself standing quietly inside the temple, feeling the calm and sacred energy of this ancient place. Let the divine whispers of Apollo guide you gently into a peaceful, restful sleep, knowing that the magic and mystery of Delphi will stay with you as you drift into your dreams. Now, as you relax deeper and deeper, imagine yourself standing in the inner sanctum of the Temple of Apollo, where the Oracle of Delphi, Pythia, once sat in quiet trance. The air is cool and still, filled with the weight of ancient wisdom. You are about to witness the divine connection between mortals and gods, a moment of profound serenity and mystical calm. Pythia was no ordinary priestess. She was the voice of the gods, the intermediary between the divine and the human. For centuries, those who sought knowledge from the gods made their way to Delphi, hoping for guidance, hoping that Pythia would offer a prophecy that would shape their fate. Imagine, for a moment, the scene before you, the sacred room where Pythia sat, a simple but powerful altar before her, and a sacred tripod resting gently on the floor. As you breathe in deeply, feel the sacred energy of this space. The air here is different, imbued with a mysterious calmness, as if the very stones of the temple are charged with the whispers of the gods. Pythia, with her quiet presence, was believed to channel the voice of Apollo, speaking in riddles and cryptic words that held the truth of the universe. In her trance, she would sit atop the tripod, inhaling the sacred vapors that rose from the chasm beneath the earth, the source of her divine connection. Picture her now. As she enters her trance, her face calm and serene. Her eyes are closed and her breathing slows, becoming steady and deep. She is no longer of this world. Her mind drifts to the realms of the gods, and in her stillness, she is one with the divine. The words she speaks come not from her own thoughts, but from the very will of Apollo. They are words of prophecy, words that can change the course of history. As you imagine this sacred moment, feel the gentle sway of the room, as if the air itself is alive with the power of the gods. The gentle flicker of candlelight dances on the stone walls, casting soft shadows. The quiet hum of incense fills the air, adding to the sense of timelessness that surrounds you. The only sound you hear is the soft voice of Pythia, her words weaving a tapestry of divine knowledge, though the meaning of her prophecies is often cryptic. The power they hold is undeniable. Tonight, let Pythia's calm energy fill your dreams. Picture yourself sitting before the oracle, feeling the warmth of the sacred space around you, knowing that you are in the presence of divine wisdom. Let her peaceful trance guide you into a deep and restful sleep, where the mysteries of the gods and the prophecies of Delphi will fill your dreams with wonder and serenity. As you drift further into sleep, let the words of Apollo, spoken through Pythia, echo softly in your mind, guiding you into a world of peace and divine understanding. Now, as you relax even deeper, imagine yourself walking along a serene path that leads you to the sacred spring of Castalia, nestled in the heart of Delphi. The air is cool and fresh, carrying with it the earthy scent of the surrounding trees and the soft fragrance of wildflowers. Spring is a place of pure magic, where the waters are said to cleanse the soul and prepare those who seek the wisdom of the gods. The spring is quiet, its waters flowing gently, clear as crystal, and glimmering softly in the fading light. Picture yourself standing at the edge of the spring, feeling the cool mist rise from the water, carrying with it a sense of tranquility and peace. The sound of the flowing water is soothing, a soft melody that calms your thoughts and invites you to relax completely. Each breath you take fills your body with a sense of deep calm, as if the very air around you is healing and restoring. The waters of Castalia were believed to have sacred properties, capable of purifying both body and mind. In ancient times, those who sought the Oracle of Delphi would first bathe in the spring to cleanse themselves and prepare for the divine messages they would receive. Imagine stepping into the cool waters of Castalia, feeling the refreshing sensation as the stream flows gently around your feet, washing away any worries or burdens that may have followed you. As you immerse yourself in the spring's waters, picture the cleansing effect it has on your mind and soul. The gentle flow of water clears away the fog of doubt, leaving your thoughts as clear and calm as the waters before you. The spring seems to whisper its own quiet secrets, offering you peace, clarity, and a sense of connection to something timeless. You feel as if you are part of the earth itself, the waters of Castalia flowing through you, filling you with a deep sense of calm and serenity. The sound of the water is soft and rhythmic, lulling you further into a state of peace. Imagine the spring flowing down the hills of Delphi, its waters winding through the sacred land, carrying with them the wisdom of the gods. As the water continues to flow, it brings a sense of balance and harmony to all who encounter it. The sacred spring is a reminder that, like the water, life itself is constantly flowing, ever-changing, and yet always carrying us toward something greater. Tonight, let the healing waters of Castalia fill your dreams. Picture yourself resting by the spring, feeling the cool mist on your skin and the gentle flow of the water soothing your body and mind. Let the quiet serenity of this sacred place carry you into a deep, peaceful sleep, where the waters of Castalia continue to cleanse and restore you, gently guiding you toward rest and relaxation. Now, as you settle deeper into relaxation, let your mind gently wander to the sacred space where the Oracle of Delphi, Pythia, would sit in quiet trance. The soft flicker of candlelight casts shadows on the stone walls around you, and the air is filled with the subtle scent of incense, wrapping you in a sense of peace. Here, in the heart of Delphi, the veil between the mortal world and the divine grows thin, and you are about to witness the oracle's visions unfold. As Pythia enters her trance, she becomes the voice of Apollo, speaking the mysteries of the gods. The visions come to her in fragments, images of gods, of heroes, and of destiny. Picture her sitting upon her sacred tripod, the divine energy of Apollo flowing through her, guiding her words. Her eyes are closed, yet she sees everything. The future, the past, and the realm of the gods all blend together in her mind. The oracle's visions are not always clear. They are wrapped in symbolism, cryptic and mysterious. Yet, in each vision, there is a message, a guiding truth that can change the course of history. Imagine for a moment the vision that comes to Pythia as she speaks. A warrior stands on a battlefield, his sword raised high. A storm clouds the sky, but in the distance, a light shines through, a sign of hope, of victory. The oracle's voice whispers the prophecy, and though the words are unclear, they hold a deep truth that will guide the hero's fate. As you breathe deeply and drift even further into relaxation, feel the weight of the oracle's visions. They are not mere words, but glimpses into the very fabric of fate itself. The gods speak through Pythia, but their messages are wrapped in mystery. For they wish for mortals to seek their own path, to discover the meaning within the divine whispers. The visions are a gift, but they're also a challenge, pushing those who seek them to look deeper into their own hearts and find their own answers. Now, imagine the legends that come alive through the oracle's words. Heroes like Heracles, Jason, and Perseus, each seeking the oracle's guidance on their great quests. The oracle speaks to them not with clear directions, but with riddles and signs, a reflection of the gods' will. The prophecies are not always easy to understand, but they are filled with hope, courage, and the promise of divine favor. Through the oracle's visions, the heroes are set upon their paths, guided by the mysterious wisdom of Apollo tonight. Let the oracle's visions fill your dreams. Picture yourself standing in the Temple of Delphi, watching as the oracle's prophecies unfold before you. Feel the divine energy of Apollo surrounding you, guiding you toward understanding and clarity. Let the mystery of the visions wash over you, bringing peace and serenity as you drift deeper into a restful, soothing sleep. Now, as you settle deeper into a state of complete relaxation, imagine yourself standing in the heart of Delphi, surrounded by the powerful energy that fills this sacred land. The air is cool and crisp, carrying with it the faint scent of the pine trees that stretch toward the sky. The peaceful sound of flowing water echoes gently from the nearby spring, and the soft rustle of leaves in the wind creates a sense of calm that wraps around you like a gentle embrace. Delphi, once known as the center of the world in ancient Greece, was a place where the veil between the mortal and divine realms was said to be the thinnest. It was a place of spiritual power and peace, where the gods themselves were believed to walk among the people. Picture yourself standing at the foot of Mount Parnassus, the sacred mountain that looms over Delphi, its peaks shrouded in mist. The mountain, ancient and wise, holds a deep, quiet power, and you can feel it pulsed beneath your feet, steady and calm. The energy of Delphi is unlike any other place on earth. It is not forceful, but rather gentle, like the flow of the river that winds through the land, carrying with it the wisdom and peace of the gods. Imagine yourself walking through the temple, where the soft light of candles flickers on the stone walls. The air is filled with a quiet stillness, broken only by the distant sound of soft chanting. Each step you take is filled with reverence, as if the very ground beneath you is sacred. In this sacred space, there is a sense of harmony that washes over you, quieting your thoughts and filling you with peace. The gods are present, not in the form of thunderous voices or blinding lights, but in the soft, steady hum that seems to emanate from every stone, every tree, every breath of wind. The energy here is soothing, like a gentle caress, and you can feel it fill you, calming your mind and soul. Delphi was a place where those seeking guidance could find not only answers, but a deeper sense of peace and understanding. The oracle's words were often cryptic, but they were always filled with divine wisdom, helping seekers align their hearts and minds with the will of the gods. Picture yourself standing in front of the oracle's sacred tripod, feeling the quiet energy of Apollo flow through you, gently guiding you toward inner peace. Tonight, as you lie back and let your mind wander through the land of Delphi, allow the peaceful energy of this sacred place to wash over you. Picture the stillness of the temple, the soft glow of the sacred spring, and the quiet hum of divine energy that fills the air. Let this sense of spiritual peace fill your dreams, bringing with it a sense of calm, understanding, and connection to something greater than yourself. Feel the weight of the world slip away as you drift into deep, restful sleep, knowing that the spiritual power of Delphi will guide you, bringing peace and serenity to your heart.